Who am I?
Introvert, half-man, surf bum. Looking for some waves, addicted to fun. Drunk as don't punk at 21. Fuck everyone, just leave me alone.
So my truck's almost warmed up, and I could hear waves this morning from all the way up here. Doesn't mean nothing. I've heard waves before, and it still sucked. But yesterday it was coming up, and forecast, at least on NOAA, was to be calm winds, turning south, light south winds in the afternoon. Yesterday didn't do that. It got glassy all day. I let Bethany know when I got home what I saw at Sea Monkeys. It wasn't just a novelty; it was actually really good, quality good. I came home instead, so hopefully she appreciates it. She doesn't get it. She doesn't surf. She's always like, "You can surf every day. You go look at it every morning. You're gone half the day." And it's like, well, it's like it's surfing. It's not good every day. And especially where, like I said once before, we don't live in town in a bay where it's protected from the winds. So you got, if there's swell or not, and there's usually wind, and the tide's a factor. So you've got those three things working against you. You never know. It could be dead glass and swell and the right tide, and you've got weird cross chop, ocean sickness due to something outside in the farther out to sea. You got wind farther out and making it junk. So yeah, there's so many factors at play. She just thinks I'm gone every day and I surf every day, and I look at it every day unless I know it's really garbage. Even then, I usually will go look because you never know. Look all the way out to the horizon and it'll look dead glass from here. And you get down there and it's not nuking, but there's ugly wind texture and it's basically blown out. When there's white caps and it's nuking winds, you can see that from up here. I'll still maybe go look at it. There's a couple spots that we have headlands that stick out. Couple spots. They'll be semi side offshore. One of them's not really ever that good. There's a spot I call bathtubs, the inside reef in that little cove. It's a little right hand reform, and now and then a left comes off that peak that runs right into another novelty spot that I call rock garden. That's another small little wave. I ride my 9-foot log out there. It's just like this little mini slab. If you were GI Joe, you'd be getting slab barrels. But I mean, it's like on a bigger day, it's just below chest, just above stomach, and between stomach and chest, all the way down to waist high. And man, it's a fun short little wave, but just a go go. If I was like a Malibu longboard surfer, I'd be able to like maybe hang 10 on that because it's one of those you come off the bottom and walk up. But I always, as soon as I walk up and get to the nose, it's like, meow, and I'm like flying over the nose. It's easy bottom turn swing into a stylish solar like walk up to the front. But yeah, I've never been a nose rider. And I don't mind. I mean, those little small days, it's frustrating because it'd be a fun thing to do. But yeah, I'm a tube rider. I like tubes. So I just pulled up down here at a spot I call
Five wave.
South Swell, so it could be inconsistent, but it's looking smaller than yesterday. Hard to say. It didn't really look that big here yesterday. Doesn't It's not flat. I can see little South Pulse when I look back over here at the Cabos, and here's a little set. But if it was going to get bigger, this would have been a spot I would have looked at. Gets really good, usually uncrowded. The last swell we had when it was ceiling high plus, a bunch of guys from town came out and barged it. Yeah, I was putting my wetsuit on the one day before the wind nuked out. Putting my suit on, and there's two guys that were going to go out, but yeah, I didn't know. I was suiting up, they were suiting up, and a bunch of cars pulled in, guys from town with like 9 other guys, and just that's nine guys from town. Spot always, everyone growing up was like, oh, Sharky, ooh. And had that vibe back, in the 70s and 80s. When we were little kids in the 70s, definitely it just had that weird, scary vibe. But I wasn't really surfing it. I was a little kid. But by the 80s, when we were coming up here, cutting school and hitching up and charging, yeah, it was spooky. It was spooky. Ugh. And after years and years of surfing it, you just realize there's sharks everywhere, and you still get a vibe now and then, and maybe just go, I'm feeling the willies. I'm gonna get out of the water. After watching, like the Malibu artist footage all the time, there's whiteys everywhere. Hopefully they're just like they are down in Southern Cal. They just like check us out and swim away. But knock on my steering wheel here. So far, I've never been bit. I've seen a number of them. I get out of the water, but had some scary encounters. But they left me alone. How the heck are you gonna know that? You can't tell you can't think what they're thinking, and they are a apex predator. So just get out of the water, give it a half hour, maybe go back out. I mean, that's what we've done. Anyway, dead glass. It's really low tide, probably too low tide for Monkey Hole, but I'm gonna run out and just see how it's looking out there. Yeah, I just had to deal with a little girl, Winsky there. She has seizures, and on the walk out to the on the finger there to look over at the point, check out sea monkeys and Monkey Hole. She had a back-to-back two little seizures, and so I just sat there holding her, looking at the waves, and definitely killed some time because of that. So I got to get a good look at it. Saw one really small monkey hole that would have been fun, if you could squeeze down into the tube. I saw a couple sea monkeys. Got nothing like that. What I saw last night when I got off work. Oh man, that was so beautiful. But it's a little low tide for both, so I'm gonna go deal with my caretaking hours, get those logged on. Might as well just go shoot into town really quick and get that propane tank filled. Well, I told you I've got a pea brain. Um, Never made it to town for the propane. I ran into my client, had to do a couple things for her really quick while I was right there, and realized I forgot my phone. And being a care provider for my wife, I got to have my phone on me. So back up 40 minutes, something like that, and then grab my phone, go back down, and look at the waves. Decide from there. I can always get the propane tomorrow. I stuck on my little 5-gallon tank for now. So, main thing is I got to get waves, get my phone, get back down there, and look at what the tide's doing. Like I said, it's not any bigger than yesterday. It's just small fun size is all. Got my phone. It's gonna be another scorcher today. So, anyway, yeah, I got to get back down there and try to get some waves. All right, so I got a kind of a crappy little session out there in that east wind, but had to get wet just in case. Went to town, got my propane. I came back, super high tide. East winds backed off. Yeah, it's looking a lot glassier than when I paddled out. And so I rigged up both my softboards with the GoPro mounts, put them on the tail, and I'm still gonna try something else when I have the money to buy another accessory. But right now they're just on the tail, like on the deck. So, but whatever. And I'll bring out my mouthpiece too. I can go either mouthpiece or I'll stick it on my board, try to get a couple different angles. Anyway, I'm going to run down and look at it really quick, see if it's any better. I came back up and it was glassy, but it was so high tide that the reef was buried for how small it is. All right, so I just ran out, looked. It's definitely not as good as yesterday, but it is so high tide still. But tide's peaked, it's going back out. Um, Slight northwest wind, which is fine out there. It's coming from the other side of the point, so it'll be a slight side offshore and probably is going to get calmer, I'm hoping. But yeah, I'm going to go out and just experiment with this GoPro, see if I can see how it works connected to the board, if it's a good angle or not. But I'm also going to bring out my mouthpiece, like I said, play with it, whatever, see what I'm going to do. So I think I'm going to end up riding my new catch surf, my log. I've been hesitating on riding it out here because the last one I had, I just got to do a repair. I caved the rail in, landing the floater. It was too low tide and hit the knuckle of reef with the rail as I landed and just ended up having to fall flat like a pancake and try not to hit, I ended up hitting my elbow pretty good. And then, yeah, caved the rail in on the log. And so I dried it out. That day I went and bought a new one just so I could have a board. That's when I ended up getting a monkey hull. Unbelievable. But anyway, so I'm gonna ride the new log. I haven't ridden it yet. I'm gonna have to re-wax it. It's been so hot, the wax has probably been melted down. But yeah, let me see. Brand new. Look at this thing. Love these things. Yeah, I'm excited to try out my camera for the first time. I've always shot from the water with the little square. I had a Fuji and another Sony that were waterproof, but wasn't ever able to like surf with it, and get footage. Can't say it'll be any good. Like I said, it's just my experiments. If not, I'll just figure something out. Keep trying.
Wah, 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 wah.
Well, I told you I've got a pea brain. Well, I think it would have been a success. But my last wave, I think the leash snagged and ended up losing my GoPro. Oh man, I got a few with my mouthpiece, and I breathe when I surf, so that was weird. So I attached it to my deck mouthpiece on the rear of the board, and I'm stupid. The mouthpiece I made, I had stuff for flotation inside it, and I spaced. And I was thinking like, no big deal. This thing's got flotation, but wasn't thinking I had it in the. I bought the housing just to be safe, because I do a lot of shore breaks with the sand. So I thought I'll put it in the housing, whatever. And yeah, got my first one with it on the tail. Nice, where the launch ramp would be because it was wrong tide. It was probably only like stomach high on a lot of the waves, but every now and then, like maybe like this, like head high. And yeah, my first one really good, right where the launch ramp would be. It was just close out barrel section, and so I mean it was just close out going into the foam ball. And then same thing. My last one was you know, a foot overhead, nothing heavy, just playland, but really nice bottom turn up into that closeout foam ball coming at me. And I knew too the way the board went out and pulled. First thing I did is flipped it over and look, and the camera is gone. So I'm pretty broke, but let's see what time it says. 5:11. Yeah, I should be going home. I'm a for my responsibilities, but I think I'm gonna run into town and just score another GoPro. I got to start over.
You don't fucking like me, you made me who I am. You say you fucking hate me, you made me who I am. You and everybody else made me who I am. Society created me and made me what I am.
Ah, I'm a bonehead.
You call yourself a common man, middle class American. Day in, day out, you've been had it from us waiting for the system. You lost your identity, individuality, lost your reality. When you lose your family, maybe you'll wake up and see you've nothing left and you're not free. Education, institution, subordination, destitution, broken and alone.